Cars. They're mysterious. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. There's cars, SUVs, trucks, whatever the hell that three-wheel thing was that kept tipping over. The point is, cars are mysterious and complicated. And then, once you pop the hood, things get even more mysterious. There's all sorts of tubes and wires and whatever the hell these things are. And the fact is, most people will never know what these things do. Yeah, I have no idea what any of this does, and frankly, most drivers don't and never will. And no wonder when something goes wrong, we drop our vehicles into a shop to be repaired. I've been doing that all my life, and that's a problem. You see, when you drop a car into a shop, you're trusting that the mechanic who looks at the car is knowledgeable, not under pressure, and honest. Consider this. You ever watched a clip online where a fast food worker does things to a customer's food that you really wish you hadn't seen? How can you be sure that your car mechanic isn't doing the exact same thing to your car? How do you know that maybe that mechanic didn't do something properly because they were having a bad day or saw something they should have fixed but thought, nah, it's good enough for now? That's worrying. Then on top of that, there's the costs. The average price of a tune-up can range from $40 to $900 for a tune-up. And that's assuming you have a well-maintained roadworthy vehicle. However, since most people don't drop their car into a shop until there's a problem, repairs could cost you anywhere between $2,000 to $7,000. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think a lot of people have that kind of money just laying around. In fact, most people get a bill for $7,000, they'll just sell off their car, buy a second-hand or third-hand car from Craigslist, only that causes new issues. After all, such cars may have issues of its own. Why do you think the owners are selling it? Now you've dropped money on that car and it has issues that need to be fixed by dropping the car into a shop for repair. See the problem? Of course, your other two options are to keep driving the car and hope the problem doesn't get any worse, or buy a skateboard. If you do drop the car into a shop, you need to consider the costs in depth. Let's break it down. On a $7,000 car bill, you could be paying over 50% in labor costs alone, maybe even more. Then there's the markups that you pay in parts. Valve cover gasket set, shop price $95. Internet price $15. Spark plug set, shop price $57. Internet price $11. Timing belt kit, shop price $458. Internet price $105. Serpentine belt kit, shop price $58. Internet price $23. Belt tensioner, shop price $108. Internet price $14. Then the shop can start charging you for items you just didn't need to begin with. Washer fluid top up, $18. Coolant top up, $27. Shop towels, $5. The fact is, all of these prices add up fast and drains your bank account just as fast. And this is what's been happening to me all my life while owning a car, and I'm finally fed up with it. I'm tired of getting milked and bilked by the markups and labor costs. So I'm exploring the very last option available to me. No, I'm not buying a skateboard. I'm going to learn how to fix my car myself. Now, let me make one thing very clear. This is not an instructional guide. This is not me telling you how to do things. I am not an auto mechanic. I know nothing about vehicles. I know that fuel goes in here, and I know you shouldn't breathe the stuff that comes out of here. However, I'm determined to learn about vehicles, and I'm going to show that even a person who's inexperienced, inept, untrained, and has a poor understanding of the English language can maintain, repair, accessorize, and restore vehicles. I may not do things correctly, and there's no doubt I'll make a lot of mistakes along the way, but I will share all of that in my journey to mastering the mysterious, magical, magnificence mix of motor vehicles. Now, I won't be doing this alone entirely. I'll have some technical advice provided to me along the way from people who do know what they're doing and pointing out things to me. And hopefully with advice from you, the viewer, in the comments section to let me know if I'm doing things right, if I'm doing things wrong, and if there's a better way to do things. So with all of that, I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy, because this is DemonView Drives. Hi there, and welcome to the brand new channel, DemonView Drives. This channel will chart my progression from being someone who knows nothing about cars to being someone who is a car expert. Hopefully. Along the way, there's probably going to be mistakes, bonehead decisions, hopefully no serious injuries, and a few laughs, but probably a lot of me getting frustrated as hell and curling up in a fetal position while crying on the ground. I mean, it would have to be a pretty serious injury for that to happen, or, you know, a really mean troll comment. I'll start out with some of the very basic things when it comes to car maintenance and keeping them roadworthy. I'll be trying out a few car accessories and reviewing them. I'll even try my hand at detail in cleaning and a bit of car restoration. I'm also hoping there'll be some entertaining, nice viewer comments who want to chime in and be helpful, and not complete troll comments about my appearance. I swear, one of those, I'm not reporting you to YouTube, Mum. So before we begin, please help this channel out by donating your lotto winnings to me. And if you can't do that, then at least click those like and subscribe buttons. It helps out with the channel views. It helps fund this channel, all at no cost to you. So click those buttons to help, because as these videos get uploaded, you realize I need all the help I can get. So this is the DemonView mobile. It's a 99 Isuzu Rodeo with over 200k on the clock. It's had a lot of maintenance work done, and I'll be truthful, I love this car, I really do. It has huge sentimental value to me, and I want to keep it on the road as long as possible. The main thing is that to do that, it has to be roadworthy and safe. So with that in mind, in this first video, I'm going to be looking at tire pressures, the simplest of all things to do. Having roadworthy tires is important, like really important. Tires provide grip in dry and wet conditions, and ideally they shouldn't be as bald as a cue ball or someone's head if they're suffering baldness. Bald people can buy Rogaine and try that out. However, you can't put Rogaine on tires. Tires don't need hair, they need tread. So today I'm checking out my car tires, making sure they're inflated properly and finding out what pressure they should be at. So why is pressure important? Well, proper tire pressure apparently provides the following: improved stability, improved handling, improved fuel efficiency, and increases the longevity of your tires. And I'm pretty sure that having properly maintained tires on your vehicle is a legal requirement in most states and countries, or at least it bloody well should be. So where do I find tire pressure information? Well, according to my extensive online research, there are two places to find tire pressure information. One is on the sidewall of the tire, and the other is usually printed on your car somewhere on a sticker. Now, these pressures can be different from each other. I mean, my tire might say 40 psi, whereas the sticker on the car might say 25 psi. So which one should I use? Well, according to my 5-minute Google search, the sticker on the car is the one to go with. That sticker usually shows the recommended tire pressure as per the car manufacturer. The pressure on my tire, however, may only state the maximum tire pressure that the tire can handle. This is usually only used when carrying a really heavy load on the car, like someone's mother-in-law. The point being, now that I have the recommended tire pressures, I'm going to take out my trusty Jayco tire inflator and go inflate these tires. So let's cue some action music and a montage scene. Really? That's the best music I could do in a zero budget. This is going to suck. So the first thing I did was make sure that my vehicle was in park, and then I power on my vehicle using the key, old school stuff. So now it is safe for me to plug my tire inflator into my 12-volt accessory socket. Yay! I then decided to set my tire pressure to the recommended pressure, and then let it go to work on all 4 of my tires. While that's happening though, it left me with a question about tire pressures. Sure, the car has a recommended pressures print on its sticker, but doesn't it matter what tires I put in the car? I mean, is this the recommended tire pressure for a recommended size tire? I mean, what if I put them big, huge monster-sized tires on my car that can crush a small house? Won't the tire pressure recommendations change then? If you know the answer to this one or have any thoughts on tire pressures, please leave a comment down below. I would love to hear them. I need to know the answers to these questions, or I might not just be able to sleep at night. Or I probably will be able to sleep at night, but I don't want to dream about tire pressures all night. I want to have more interesting dreams instead, like, I don't know, window cleaning. Anyway, as my Jayco tire inflator did its work, I also wondered why, if my car has not 1, not 2, but 3 power sockets, why didn't I just plug in 3 tire inflators and speed this whole process up? What if I got one of those 4-port extension thingies and inflate all 4 tires at the same time? Is it just me, or is it unusually warm for this time of year? Did I forget to pick up toothpaste at the shops yesterday? I mean, I have enough until next week, but I'd hate to get stuck in the house and not be able to get out and buy some. Now, the reason I could think of all these things is because I like my tire inflator. There are different types of inflators out there, and older ones will have a dial like this on the front of them. Now, that dial lets you know what your tire pressure is. The thing is though, they require constant monitoring, and older ones like this, the seals inside can eventually fail and they just don't work. I mean, it's no use having an old tire inflator in your car if it's actually incapable of inflating a tire. I mean, what's the point? So make sure you have a working tire inflator in your car. And why else do I prefer a newer digital tire inflator compared to an older model? Well, because they're digital, you can actually set the tire pressure that you want. And when the tire hits that pressure, it will automatically shut off. A tire inflator that doesn't automatically shut off, well, they're going to provide a bang for their buck, but not in the way one might hope. So finally, after 6 million hours of waiting, or 10 minutes, my tires were inflated to the recommended pressure and I was done. And that's important because one of the things I want to mention is that I recently saw a YouTube channel where somebody, had a flat tire, they wanted to inflate it, and they had one of these pocket-sized tire inflators. You've probably seen them advertised on television, things like that, and they talk about how handy they are. They can fit in your glove box. The thing is, it took that guy over an hour to inflate his tire with this tiny little tire inflator. Yes, it did the job, but it took an hour. It took me about 15 minutes using a larger tire inflator to do 2 tires. So get a large tire inflator, get a good tire inflator. Don't go for one of these fancy, gimmicky, little, small tire inflators because it's going to cost you more in time waiting around for that tire to inflate. Look, to be truthful, I do have questions about tire pressures, and that's obvious. And I don't have any questions about whether or not I should be checking my tire pressures. Checking my tires at least once a month, or if they look like they're deflating, seems to be a good idea. I get to make sure they don't have a slow puncture, and I get to ensure the pressures are correct, and I get to check the tread on the tire to make sure that they are roadworthy and safe. Look, it's the rainy season here in the Pacific Northwest. We may even get some ice or snow next weekend, and I don't want to be driving on these roads in bad weather with bad tires. So the number one simple, easy thing to do is check those tire pressures. So that's it for the very first DemonView Drives video. I really do want to read your comments down below as to my tire pressure questions, and if you have an answer for me about those tire pressures, I'd actually really appreciate it. And why not suggest what you think I should be covering in upcoming videos? And remember, I'm just learning, so go easy on me. I really do want to keep this car on the road while being safe and roadworthy, and you can help make that happen. So until next time, safe driving.